Hey everyone, I'm Josh of JHS and I'm here at Reverb to announce the new Bonsai Overdrive. In 2015 we released the Muffaletta, 6 classic big muffs in one small enclosure. The Bonsai follows in those footsteps with 9 classic and rare tube screamers. So from my earliest days of learning about circuitry and pedals, there was nothing more classic and valuable than studying the tube screamer. And over 10 years of JHS, we've modded countless models. Even with all that experience around the tube screamer, the Bonsai took 3 years to fully develop. What it is not is a box of modifications to the tube screamer. There's a lot of that on the market and those are great. But what the Bonsai is a study in the tube screamer. It's an archaeological dig where we took the classic circuits and we perfectly replicated them into one small enclosure. Let's start at the beginning. It's 1977 and Boss releases the Overdrive OD-1. You're already thinking, why is a Boss pedal in a tube screamer pedal? Well, this is the first tube screamer, and it's arguably one of the first overdrive pedals of its kind. So you might notice right away, the OD-1 only has a level and an overdrive control. The tone control you're familiar with a tube screamer didn't come into play until 1979. Inside, the circuit has some differences as well. It has an inverted signal, and the clipping is asymmetrical instead of symmetrical. You see that in all the following tube screamers for the most part. With all those differences though, this is where it all started. This is the origin of the tube screamer. The second mode of the Bonsai is the most sought after and coveted original TS-808. These went into production from 1979 until 1982. This is a 1980 unit. After playing several originals that we have, this was my favorite, and it even has the registered over the Z mark. You'll notice that it has the tone control you're familiar with, and inside it's non-inverting and it has symmetrical clipping. The third mode of the Bonsai is the ever-familiar TS-9 from 1982 to 1985. Most of you, including myself, were first introduced to this pedal through the very common reissues, but this in fact is an original 1983 unit that sounded really great. So the next mode of the Bonsai is a more unknown pedal from the 1985 Power series. It's called the Metal Screamer. There's actually not much metal about this pedal. mode of the Bonsai is the now ever popular TS10. It was produced from 1986 to 1989. The particular unit that we modeled is a 1988 model that I felt sounded the best. No one cared about this pedal until John Mayer put it on his board. And since then, prices have skyrocketed. So, thanks, John. The next mode of the Bonsai is one of my favorite hidden gems of my pedal collection, the Exar Overdrive, made in Poland. This is a 1989 model, and it offers one of the most unique sounds within the Bonsai. The seventh mode of the Bonsai is the Ibanez TS7. This is a 2000 unit. We use the hot mode of this, which is a really amazing high gain screamer. The next mode of the Bonsai is a modification by none other than the legendary Robert Keeley. This is his Mod Plus that he started doing in 2002, and it's always been one of my favorite Tube Screamer modifications. The last, but definitely not the least mode in the Bonsai is my very own Strong modification. I've done this to Tube Screamer since 2009, and I think you'll find that it's the most different of the batch. A lot cleaner, a lot louder, and overall more powerful. One of the most interesting aspects of this project was dealing with component drift over vintage effects. So for example, when you play the OD-1 that we saw, or the TS-808, or even this TS-9 model in the Bonsai, you're actually playing this 1983 model in my hand because we focused on the units we had and we replicated them, even including the drift. You can pick up the Bonsai at Reverb or anywhere else JHS is sold. Have a great day.